Okay, first things first, what I want to do is just give my movie review of The Adam Project, starring Ryan Reynolds, Zoe Saldana, Jennifer Garner, Mark Ruffalo, and the new kid, Walker Scobell. It's another Netflix movie in collaboration with Ryan Reynolds, the previous two collaborations in recent years, Six Underground and Red Notice. So this is the third time between Ryan Reynolds and Netflix. And the previous two films, action heavy, but at the same time, they weren't very appealing and not very good, even though there was a lot of viewership still. I mean, I personally wasn't a fan of the last two Ryan Reynolds films on Netflix. So, will the third time be a charm? I mean, that does remain to be seen. Basically, this is more of a drama with some sci fi action adventure involved. Sorry. Basically, an older Adam Reed from the future as a sci-fi Air Force pilot goes back in time. He meant to go back to 2018, but he went back to 2022, looking for and rescuing his wife Laura, played by Zoe Saldana, in the film. And all of a sudden, he meets his younger 12-year-old self, and because their paths collide, it kind of changes or is intertwined with each other. And in some ways, it kind of changes even the younger Adam's story. Now, right off the bat, it's clear that young Adam and his mom, their relationship is a bit on the fringe, kind of like not so great. I mean, it's clear that Jennifer Garner's character, as a family, they went through, or I should say, they're still grieving a recent loss of Mark Ruffalo's character, who we're going to see later on in the film from a car accident. So they're just having a hard time dealing with it, whether it's the young kid getting into fights with bullies or giving his own mom the cold shoulder, and it's kind of giving her a hard time just trying to deal with it. So it kind of shows that there is sort of like a not so easy, tense family dynamic problems while they're trying to move on. And so this is where the older, more mature Adam at the same time try to give the young kid more perspective, but also shows that he later appreciated his own mother later on. And so this is why I think the time travel aspects kind of comes in and tries to show that no matter what, family always matters in the end. Now, one of the first things for this movie directed by Sean Levy, he kind of, I like that he did put heart in it. And while there is some decent action, the action kind of keeps the pace along as well. While yes, the older Adam tries to look for his wife, but the main mission was really just to eliminate the whole concept of time travel entirely. Now, why? Because someone who was associated with Adam's dad, Maya Sorian, supposedly, could have been a friendly partner. Damn, I forgot the name of Adam's dad, but she took her own sort of resources with time travel and kind of made her own thing as well. So, and with the sci-fi Air Force, I mean, regarding the action sci-fi parts, I mean, it's not really meant to go too deep in it, but I think when they finally get the chance, sorry for the spoiler part, just to warn you, but when they finally get the chance to interact with their dad, it kind of, it brings them closure a little bit, because even for him as well, he admits that he wasn't always the best dad, like as a scientist, but he still loves his kid. But I mean, it hurted them for both the young and older Adam Reed, that, losing him from a car accident kind of was painful for them to move forward with their lives and go on. So I think this is where I appreciated the heart of it. Like, really, for looking at a character, just trying to going to the past, finding closure, trying to find a way to move on. And especially for the young kid, in a sense, it kind of gives him a better perspective of maybe more of appreciation for his own mother at the same time. Now, as for Zoe Saldana's character, she didn't really appear much, maybe in a couple, 2 or 3 scenes as well, maybe used as like a plot device, but not much beyond that. So still. But really, the whole focus was obviously on Adam Reed. And even, I should also mention, like, there's a second primary antagonist, sort of like a henchman character. Not really important, just there for the action sequences, the way I see it. But yeah, the whole point was like while trying to stop time travel from being existent, I think it was really more of a family story of trying to reconnect with one another and trying to have more, a chance to also going back, spending time with their dad and having more appreciation for their own family, especially the Jennifer Garner's character playing as the mother. There was even a scene, like in the past, Ruffalo and Garner's characters having sharing a scene together, and it did bring back some 13 going on 30 vibes for some fans, especially since people really being appreciative on social media. So I thought that was kind of interesting. It is a decent film at the end of the day. I wouldn't say great, but it's still good enough. I mean, around the end, towards the third act, it kind of you could see it that both versions of Adam somehow, some way, going back to their own timeline, and it was hard for them to say goodbye to their dad, and they wanted to tell him how he died, but when they interacted, he knew why they saw each other. Like the dad knew why. I keep forgetting his name. I'm sorry, but no matter what, like just spending a little bit of time with them kind of brought like more of ease, more of closure, more of maturation. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I mean, if you're interested to see the movie, go ahead. But at least for this Ryan Reynolds Netflix film, it's a better effort than what we've seen previously. Action scenes are alright, but again, in terms of character plot, it's okay. He's still a bit quippy. I like it when Ryan Reynolds is quippy in some ways. So kind of like he likes to be a bit funny, but it's not too cringy. He doesn't overdo it. You can tell that he's a good actor, but this time he's playing like a certain character. He's not playing himself or a normal looking Deadpool in sort of way, which he's great as Deadpool, but I mean it's good to see him taking on more serious roles, having more range, as a serious actor. So it's just good to see as well. Still a good movie at the end of the day.